Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to look at using focus tracking on the DJI Neo 2. We're going to be using the RC2 controller to do a bit of configuration, and obviously we are going to need the DJI Neo 2. In this video, we're going to look at active tracking and focus on tracking your vehicle. So let's not waste any time. Let's get into the video. Before enabling ActiveTrack on your DJI Neo 2, a couple of things are crucial. You do need the digital transceiver connected to your drone. Advanced features like FocusTrack are only available on controllers that connect to the digital transceiver like the RC2 or the RCN3. FocusTrack is not available when you're using the drone and drone only mode, and it's also not available on the DJI Fly app on your mobile. To start FocusTrack, it's really simple. Look for the two brackets with the full stop inside. The most important thing now is I need to get my drone in the air. The reason being is if I click on the FocusTrack button, it will say aircraft not in flight, unable to use FocusTrack. Now that we know how to enable FocusTrack, the best thing for me to do is get my drone up in the air. For this example, I am going to show you how to turn on the FocusTrack. We're also going to look at some of the options available in the menu. As I am doing this in the backyard, please keep in mind I am going to track a stationary object, and please forgive the dog bed. As mentioned earlier in the video, on the RC2 controller, to start your FocusTrack, look for the bracket with the full stop. Once you do this, you'll see that FocusTrack is enabled. At a glance on the RC controller, I can now see that the FocusTrack icon is now yellow instead of white, showing that FocusTrack is enabled. For this instance, I am simply going to go on the RC2 controller and put my finger on the screen and drag to create a square. This will select the object. FocusTrack is enabled. However, if I go to the up arrow on the RC2 controller, you'll see that I'm in the default of spotlight, so I'm spotlighting an object. If I want to select the ActiveTrack icon, I get only supports the following subjects such as people and vehicles. Point of interest, spotlight, and ActiveTrack are the three options available in the FocusTrack menu. To cancel or stop, look for the green circle with the cross, the red square with the cross, or the C2 button on the back of the RC controller to stop your ActiveTrack. Okay, so we know how to start FocusTrack and active tracking, but let's go track a vehicle out in the real world. Just a warning, I am near an airport. Now I can finally put my DJI Neo 2 up into the air, and I can go and select the FocusTrack. To select an object, I will see a green square with a green cross inside. If I tap on this on the screen, it will now select my vehicle or object. I can now select ActiveTrack. On screen, I'll get the notification saying after subject starts moving, aircraft will fly to a set direction. Now that the ActiveTrack is enabled, let's get the vehicle on the road and have a look at the perspective from the DJI Neo 2. Thanks to the dual axis gimbal and Rocksteady, you can see that the footage is extremely stable. The reason I chose this particular road is it's extremely quiet. Not many cars, not many people, so it allows me to take out the DJI Neo 2 out for a little bit of an active track experiment. On the RC2 controller, you can see the drone is doing about 10 meters a second. It is 3.5 meters from the ground, and it also is about 200 meters away from the vehicle. I'm also doing about 30 kilometers an hour. A couple of things to be aware of. When you are using ActiveTrack, the maximum speed that the DJI Neo 2 will go in tracking mode is 12 meters a second. So you do need to be aware of the speed of the vehicle that you are traveling in. Now, at the moment, I am doing about 40 kilometers an hour. And again, you will see by the posted speed limit, I'm well under that. And the drone is now pushing up to its maximum. You can also see on the RC2 controller screen that at the very top, you'll see that my obstacle avoidance sensors are enabled. My obstacle avoidance is set to bypass. So you can see around in the environment, there are trees, there are telephone lines. So these are things to be aware of and to avoid at all costs. So for safety, please leave the obstacle avoidance on and don't disable. At this point in time, my vehicle is now going about 46 kilometers an hour. You can see there is a massive distance between myself and the drone. It is now about 900 meters behind, and the drone has hit its peak speed of 12 meters a second. When using ActiveTrack and focus tracking, be aware of the type of shot that you're trying to capture. With the DJI Neo 2, you have the advantage of being able to shoot above, from the side, the front, and rear, but always be wary of the surroundings when looking for that shot. Final PSA for this video. You can see that the return to home has just come up. This is because my battery is critical at 16% and the battery is about 1 minute in flight time. Please go and collect your drone. The reason being is it will go into initiate an auto land. So depending where you are, it can cause an accident, be driven over. So go pull over when safe and collect your drone. Well, that's it. This has been my quick guide into getting into FocusTrack, setting up an ActiveTrack, and tracking a moving vehicle. Hope you enjoyed the video. Please like, subscribe, share, and leave a comment. These are all important to help the channel grow, and I really look forward to all your input, suggestions, and if you enjoyed the video. Again, I'm going to leave you with a little bit of footage of the ActiveTrack in action, but thanks again for watching the video. See you. Oh, see. Whoa.